Hi everyone, welcome back. Patricia here with October's monthly budget. This is the first time I'm showing you numbers, but the second time I filmed it. The first time I shared a little too much information, I was getting carried away. And so to sort of maintain some sense of privacy, I'm going to share with you percentages and pretend numbers, but I'm still going to show you how I budget and how I give money to each of the categories. So in the past, I've shared with you how I come up with my averages that I use for my budgets. So basically, you're just gonna track your spending for about 2 to 3 months and come up with averages in different categories, and that's your starting point. Every month you need to write a new budget, something that I didn't used to do and only very recently started doing, and it makes total sense because every month there are different things, like this month there's a birthday or a vacation or a party or a dentist appointment. So every month you want to adjust each of your categories. These numbers are not concrete. The main categories that I use are housing, lifestyle, savings, food, and taxes and insurance. Under the housing category, I have things like rent, all my utilities, my cell phone bill, and I even have a miscellaneous budget just because you never know what may come up. The food category is for groceries and eating out, and anything eating out goes under restaurants like sit-down meals to Starbucks. My lifestyle has a lot of categories, so my husband and I each get a little small spending money every month. My daughters have a little small spending money as well, and that does not include necessities. This is just like if something were to come up or admission to like a little festival or something like that. I have a household budget, so for things like toilet paper or soap. I have a recreation budget because we try not to spend a lot on toys, but I'm okay spending on things like admission, like I said, to festivals or going out of town, going to an amusement park, something like that. I also put my car payment or my car loan under the lifestyle category. I currently have 3 different savings accounts. I normally had one for so many years, just until a few months ago on the recommendation really of His and Her Money, and then a lot of other people really solidified that it's a good idea to have separate savings accounts. So we have our main savings account, which is basically our emergency fund and our house down payment fund. So maybe in the future I'll separate those. I have a savings account for my daughters, and then we have one for taxes and insurance. The reason we have that is because when you have to pay your car taxes or something like that, things that come up semi-annually, you don't want to have to pull that from your monthly income. So we just divide out what our insurance would be per month and put that much away every month, so when the bill comes, it's already there. Now the reason we have one for taxes is because my husband's paycheck, we don't have the taxes taken out automatically, so we have to put that in there, so when IRS comes around, we have to file taxes a little bit differently, so we have our money set there. Now, when I was working for a school district, they took the taxes out, so when I got my paycheck, the taxes were already out. But when my husband gets his paycheck, they're not. So we have to make sure that we take out our taxes, otherwise we would be in very big trouble come April. Now in the insurance category, we do pay a monthly fee for our health and dental insurance. So I've been using paper and pencil forever. That's really how I budget. Now recently I got the EveryDollar app, and it's really cut back on the amount of times I'm going to my budget binder, so I can just do it right there on my phone. So the next 3 months of the year, I'm gonna try and use numbers, and I'm gonna share with you how I'm budgeting using the numbers program. Now you can use Excel or something like that too. It's basically the same thing. I'm using both tables as well as a pie chart. This is really cool because it's saved to my iCloud, so I can access it from my computer, my iPad, the phone, whatever. So this will help me keep those numbers near me at all times, whether I'm home or out and about. Plus it will help me cut back a little bit on the paper clutter that I sometimes get overwhelmed with. So let's take a look at how I'm using numbers for my October budget. Now I have several tables for each of my categories, and I color coded them, so once I fill it in, there'll be a pie chart here to match the colors. So I'm going to pretend that my husband gets paid $100 a month to sort of just give you an example. 33% of our income goes to housing. So if I were to break it down by dollar amount, it would look something like these numbers. Now again, these aren't actual dollar figures, but this is our real percentage. 14% of our total income goes to our lifestyle budget. So if I were to type in some numbers, it might look something like this. Food is 11% of our total income, most of it going toward groceries. I'm going to change the topic of this table to just be insurance because I don't really have any taxes in this specific budget. And this category is about 5% of our total income. My husband's income is going to change the beginning of next year, so these last 3 months of the year, we're going to be really cautious and make sure we pad our savings accounts while we have the extra money. Our savings is 37% of our total income. Ideally, I will have budgeted every one of my dollars, so I should have no extra money at the end of the month. So here's what numbers did for me. As I was typing in those figures, it was creating a pie chart. So whether you like the table or the pie chart, it's all here for you. So in the past, I may have come up with those numbers, but I had a really hard time sticking with it. Now, I don't always use cash only. I do use cash on occasion at certain places. So I'm gonna have to be really detailed and make sure that even though I'm swiping my debit card or credit card, that I'm not going over my budgets. So I'll check back in with you at the end of the month to see how I liked using numbers and my phone and kind of going paperless. I hope it works because this system seems to be really efficient. If there's any other monthly budgeting questions that I didn't quite address, go ahead and ask them in the comments below. I'm usually pretty good at getting back to your comments within a few days. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.